So I wanted to make a quick video about igniting your emotions and channeling it into your work. Your emotions are a key part of the equation of creation. Artists know this. Musicians know this. It is something that will bring the best out of the work that you are creating. It will complete and fulfill you to create something that is within your alignment. Emotions, they come for many different reasons. They come to teach us a lesson. They come to build us up as a human being. They come to give us inspiration to creating something magnificent. But whatever we want to do with that, it's up to us if we actually seize the opportunity. So all these people who talk about suppressing your emotions, no emotions, you know what I mean? Stoic, just completely denying the human experience, really. And that is just blasphemy. Like, it is, why as human beings do we have emotions if not to experience them? They're not something to resist. They're not something to suppress. Because where are those emotions going if you're ignoring them? They're within you. Your body knows. You're suppressing them. You are not addressing them. And that is a mistake. What I have to say about emotions is it is very important to feel those emotions, but not in a primal human way. Not in a way where you have no control over this chaos that's around you and your emotions are being influenced by your ego. That is not the right way to go about it. First, address the problems that are within your life. This is very difficult for people, understandably so, but you have to remember that everything that's backed up by fear looks like it is 100 times bigger than it really is. So if you can just let go of that and you use your emotions, this is where the calculated, refined human being would utilize their emotions, right? In this situation where they feel fear, instead of allowing that to take over, feeling that emotion, knowing that it exists and saying, so what, I'm still going to try, because risks are necessary in this world and I know it won't kill me to address these emotions. It will help. It will bring you to realizing a conclusion that you may have obviously had a difficult time realizing throughout your life, and that's why your ego has adopted it. Instead of trying to treat your ego as an evil entity or trying to treat your ego as separate from you, you understand that this is a part of the human experience and you accept it and you still do what you know is right. What is really truly right is not going to be handed to you. It's not going to be so easy. Like, the things that you avoid is exactly where you will find your answers. So if you go into this fear and you feel it, you know that you're fearful. This will gain you courage if you have the ability to still do that thing. Say, so what? You will gain courage. This is the alchemy of utilizing your emotions in a aligned way, in a way that is truthful to the human experience. Life is very much like a video game. That would be a fun video to make in the future, but we are born as a primal being, as a chaotic force of energy, as a unrefined vibration. As we grow up, we are a sponge, open to the elements around us, and everybody around us is influencing the sponge. And it sucks, but our environment is very much going to greatly determine who we are as a person in the early stages of our life. And when these people are just tossing all of this energy at you, you are absorbing it as a sponge. That sponge will never let go of that water to some extent. It will still have water from the first time you used it. You know what I mean? So unless you take that sponge, you give it a rest, you don't use it again, you close the sponge up for business, and you bring it out in the sun, you wring it out, you put soap through it, you purify it, and you let it rest in the sun, that is when you will have a new palette to start with, a new sponge. That is something that you have to physically do. That is something that you have to literally, okay, I'm going to stop, this sponge has had enough. You take it and you actually make the effort to change it for the better. And that is what the ego is trying to teach us to do. It is not an enemy. It is not something that should be suppressed, because resistance only feeds the fire of the ego. Video game theory, I'm sorry I got a little carried away, is that we are, like, when you go into a video game, you have nothing. You have no clothes. You're just in your underwear with a little bat, like the Ice Age or the caveman ages. And that is exactly what happens to us as a little kid, except it's a little bit more interesting. Life is, as when we go about living life, we are kind of unconsciously picking up all of this shit, all of this like negative influence, and also our character is building because we're going through these like events, and we're, oh my god, it's so fun to think about this, but we're going through these events and we're building ourselves up as a character, as what our character is going to be the foundation of. And even if you don't see it in the moment, like you're hanging out with your friends, maybe this thing happens and it seems really bad in the moment, but later it's really good when you realize exactly what that entailed of, et cetera, and you start to meet these people, and then these people turn on you, or like you meet these people and they're sticking with you even now. Like, that is really cool. But anyway, you have this character and it's getting these all this experience, and then until you make the effort to take off the mask, become conscious and aware of the things that are happening around you, you start to really understand what it means to be a human being. And the more you start to understand what it means to be a human being, the closer you get to divinity, because human beings are divinity. So right now we are a primal and more lesser, I don't want to say lesser, we're a baby, even if we don't look like it. And a lot of people, when you get to that understanding of actually being a human being and really taking the time to understand this life experience, you really start to see how much people are still a child, how much they truly are still in that mode of being an open sponge. And that is what happens when you don't mature, when you don't realize that emotions are really important for your growth and are something that is going to unravel that whole mystery that was your past and is going to open up doors for creating your future. It's really phenomenal. And it doesn't matter who you are. There is gems, there is treasure, there is golden threads in that messy yarn ball of your past. And you have so much more to unravel in the future. And when you utilize your emotions, you can get there faster, easier, and with more fulfillment and appreciation and fun dedicated to your life. So anyway, that was just a quick tangent about emotions and alchemizing them for leveling up your life.